What's up everyone, it's the final day in the Celebrity Big Brother 3 house and it's always an emotional time when this journey comes to an end. So put your hands together folks for the final day. The winner takes it all. It won't be Todrick Hall. Chris Kattan, he ate some cake. Some say Todrick is a snake. It's the final day. One house guest gets the pay. Who'll be left looking small? The winner takes it all. Folks, thank you so much once again for joining me on this journey of another Big Brother season. It's always sad when it comes to an end, but it's not over just yet because we've got so much to talk about. So welcome to your final live feed update. Alright folks, now right before we get started, if you haven't already, I would appreciate it if you could hit the subscribe button, and also it really helps me out by hitting the like button. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm more than you even know folks, so please do that. And also hit the bell icon to get notified every single time a brand new upload goes live on the channel. Alright folks, so yeah, it's the last day in the Celebrity Big Brother 3 house. I hope you all enjoyed that little parody song. I know I've seen quite a lot of you asking for a parody song for quite a while now. I started the parody songs in Big Brother 22 All Stars and I hadn't done one for a long time, and it just felt like today was the day to do one since it's the final day, so I hope you all enjoyed that, and I won't get too into the emotional part of this video just yet. If you want to see me get all emotional at the end about another season coming to the end, just stick around till the very end, and I'll do that bit there, but of course we've got a live feed update to do, so let's jump right into that. Okay, so our first update of today is a very interesting and insightful update that could come to life tonight. Todrick was having a conversation with Miesha in which he was saying, whenever somebody loses by a unanimous jury, unanimous vote, he always thinks, oh, that's rough. He needs to prepare himself for tonight, because on the outside, I think we all know that Todrick is going to get little to no jury votes. Unless Miesha is on the jury, it's incredibly unlikely that Todrick is going to get a jury vote. And I just saw the uproar on social media after he said that. Everyone was like, "Oh my god! Like, get ready for the storm that's about to hit you, Todrick, if you make it to the final two." Because, yeah, I think he truly does think he's got it in the bag, which we all know it ain't the truth. It's going to be a big reality check when he gets out of that house, let's just put it that way, and I'm very excited for tonight's finale, and I'll tell you why. I'm pretty sure you can guess, but I haven't been this, and I put this out on Twitter. I'll plug my Twitter, it's up there folks if you want to follow me. I'll be tweeting throughout the live show, everything like that. It's great fun, so come join me. And I said, while this season has been a bit, it's been a bit of a dumpster fire, I've never been this excited for a finale in a long time, so because I am excited for the truth to come out tonight. I'm excited for a kind of justice to be served in a way. I'm hoping some apologies are going to get thrown around, and I'm gonna hope that people are held accountable for things they've said. And it's just when Todrick's been talking smack about so many people the whole time, it's going to be nice to finally get that out in the open and justice to be served in a kind of way, not full justice, but listen. This ain't the court. This is just me on a personal level, kind of wanting somebody who's been a bit of a jerk to other people to get his comeuppance. Really, I know it sounds horrible, but I'm sure a lot of you agree with me. But anyway, that's my point. I'm very excited for tonight's finale. While it might not be the greatest final three, I think it's going to be a good finale. Let me know if you're excited for it too, folks. Now, I want to give a quick shout out to Lamar Odom. I know what you're thinking. Why? Okay, so I talked about in yesterday's video. I put a tribute tweet out to Lamar when he left the house, and he retweeted it. Bingo, that was amazing, loved it. Lamar actually yesterday, he put that tweet on his Instagram story, so I'm just sharing that news with everybody because I think that's crazy. I actually made it onto the King's Instagram story. Incredible, amazing. I'm pretty sure it's expired now because it was over 24 hours ago, but folks, I have got it on my Instagram story if you want to check it out. My Instagram's right up there. It does sound like a cheap way of me plugging my Instagram, but when Lamar Odom's put you on his Instagram story, put your tweet on his Instagram story, I'm pretty sure that's a good moment to plug it. Now, another interesting conversation between Miesha and Todrick was Miesha saying regarding Shayna. Yes, they're still talking about Shayna. Miesha was saying, "Oh, if Shayna said about Todrick that you're not a good person, that's literally one of the worst things you can say about a person." Whoa, let's backtrack and rewind for a second and talk about all the crap Todrick and Miesha have said about Shayna. They really, I think Shayna saying that Todrick's not a good person is kind of accurate. It's a, some would say a fact, but there's no way they can make the argument that that's the worst thing you can say about a person after they've been saying about Shayna. I just don't like that. I'm keeping this one brief, but basically my point is I don't like that, and it's weird that this continuing to fixate on Shayna doesn't sit well with me, and I don't agree with it. Now, of course, we've got to speculate about tonight in regards to who is going to go to the final two should a certain person win head of household. And I believe I misspoke yesterday when I started talking about part 1, part 2 and part 3 of the final head of household competition. Now, I must have been on autopilot because that's what usually happens with Big Brother. But of course, this time round, I'm led to believe there's only one competition. Winner takes it all, I guess you could say. So if Todrick wins the final head of household competition, we got to speculate. What's he going to do? Is he going to do the honourable thing of taking his ride or die Miesha to the end, or is he going to cut Miesha at the final 3? Honestly, I would respect Todrick more if he cut Miesha, if he made that power move and took Cynthia to the end. I still think Todrick would lose, but I think I'd respect it more if he had the cojones to basically say, Miesha, you played the better game. I'm getting rid of you. I like to see that cutthroat move. I like to see it, and you know, I'll reference Big Brother 23. In the build-up to finale night, we were all going, I hope Arza wins head of household, and she cuts Xavier. Nothing against X played a fabulous game in my opinion, brilliant game. And if Arza had won HOH though, she was saying she's going to take X to the end because she just didn't really have that respect for Big D. But I think we all kind of wanted her to cut X, take Big D at the end, and then Arza to win the whole thing. And Arza didn't do that in the end. That's no disrespect to Arza. She seems like the loveliest person ever. She, in the postseason to me, has just shone like a bright light, and she just seems like a really genuinely nice and positive person that brings a lot to the Big Brother community. So hats off to Arza, but it wasn't a cutthroat move that she was going to do there, and I like old school cutthroat moves. So I would respect Todrick more if he cut Miesha at the final 3 and took Cynthia, and I'm sure a lot of you would agree, I'm sure a lot of you would disagree, but that's just my opinion on it. I know respect is an interesting word to even bring up around the notion of Todrick. Okay, Miesha, moving on. Who is she going to take to the end? I truly believe she's going to honour the final 2 deal. She has stayed honest to Todrick the entire time, and that's the one person she's done that to. So I think she will cut Cynthia and take Todrick to the end. I could be humbled tonight. We'll see. Now, Cynthia, this is the interesting one. Now, Cynthia is somebody who nobody really expects to win the final head of household competition, and as a result, nobody's really speculated that much on who she would take to the end, because it could be Todrick and it could be Miesha. We just don't know who it's going to be. Now, I think if Cynthia takes Miesha to the end, she loses the game. If she takes Todrick to the end, she could win the game. It would be a clutch victory. She pulls through at the last second and she wins it. I kind of want to see it. I brought up the debate yesterday, and thank you for those of you who took part, and I saw a lot of the replies in the comment section of who you want to win on a personal level versus who you think deserves to win on a game level, because those answers differentiate an incredible amount when we've had a lot of moral questions this season. So for me, what I said was on a personal level, I would love Cynthia to win. Best of a bad bunch, in my opinion. And on a game level, Miesha 100% miles ahead of the others deserves to win. I wouldn't be crushed if Miesha won, but I would rather Cynthia win. So if Cynthia takes Miesha to the end, I think she's going to lose it. And it really depends, because I feel like Todrick's taken so much of the heat after, and rightfully so, obviously, since the jury's seen what's been said. Miesha hasn't necessarily said the nasty things, but she's been more complicit and hasn't spoken up, which has got her a bad name as well. But it's Todrick who's the main culprit. So it's really a question of, is the jury going to be able to look past Miesha's complicity and vote for Cynthia over her? So I don't know. It's there's an argument for both. The most interesting scenario that could happen tonight is Cynthia winning head of household. However, I know a lot of people are just wanting to see Todrick get to the final 2, just so he gets humbled by the vote count. A little part of me wants that to happen on a personal level as well. I truly am excited for tonight. Either way it goes, I think we're going to get a satisfying moment, because if it's Todrick in the final 2, then, because whatever happens, we're either going to get Todrick or Cynthia in the final 2. You know, one of them is going to be there. So if Cynthia has that moment where she wins the whole thing, that's going to be the shock satisfying moment. If Todrick gets the humbled moment where he's kind of gets his comeuppance, that'll be the satisfying, happy moment. So either way tonight, I think we're going to get a moment that we're all looking forward to. Just to find my reasons why I am incredibly excited for this finale. Now, Todrick was saying that he has anxiety coming from Chris Kirkpatrick and Shane, saying that he doesn't like the fact that he doesn't like the idea of them leaving the house and campaigning against him. Todrick, that's what jury management is. Let me say it again and y'all say it with me. That is what jury management is. It's part of the game, it's part of Big Brother, and you've got to play it, and you've played it horrendously. Paul did the same, and that's why Josh won. We talked about that yesterday. If you screw someone over when you're in the house and you annoy them or piss them off to the point where they want to go out and campaign against you, that is the bed that you have to lie in, because you created that situation. It wasn't them. You annoyed them to that extent. You pissed them off to that extent where they feel the need to campaign against you. That is what the jury members are, and you've got to work with what you've got, and the people that you've got on the jury are Chris Kirkpatrick and Shayna, and if you haven't managed them in a good way, you're not going to get their votes, and they will poison the jury. That is part of Big Brother. You can't say it's unfair to poison the jury. That's how it works. If you're evicted from the house, you go and talk to the other jury members. It's always been that way, and it always will be that way. I'm sure it will. And you can't complain. You've made your bed, and you have to lie in it, and if you had managed your social relationship with Chris Kirkpatrick and Shayna better, if you didn't tell Chris Kirkpatrick that he's going to be an embarrassment to his family and kids and that he's a terrible father, then maybe you wouldn't have to worry so much. More and more jury talk from the house guest, and Todrick was saying he can't imagine any of the jury members asking shady questions. I'm going to throw it to you guys for a second. Can you guys see any of the jury members asking shady questions after a non-controversial season such as Celebrity Big Brother 3? I hope people are called out. I hope questions are asked that, aren't just nicey nice, because it's been one of those seasons where you kind of feel that you have that need, you have that want for things to be a bit more justified, and justice needs to be served at the end in a way. I think Todrick speculated saying he could see, Todrick and Miesha said that they could see Shayna doing something like that, and they said they think Chris Kirkpatrick could do something stupid as well. It's not stupid. It's not stupid at all. I just, if you feel the need to degrade Shayna all the time in the clothes that she wears, in the things that she says, in the way she, and then telling Chris Kirkpatrick that he's a terrible father and that he's going to be an embarrassment to his kids, that's the stupid thing. Not when they ask a question at the end as rightful jury members. Honestly, it's just the word comeuppance just keeps coming up, and it's like the more and more Todrick and Miesha say, it's like the shovel just keeps going and going and going, and the grave is getting dug deeper and deeper and deeper, and that's why most of the 98% of the viewers out here are kind of going, I really hope that justice is served tonight, and I hope people are called out on the behaviour, because if they can continue acting this way, then the least everybody out here deserves is a little bit of justice. That is all of your live feed updates for today, folks. I thoroughly hope you all enjoyed watching, and I hope you enjoyed watching all season as well. I always get sad when a season comes to an end, because even though in certain seasons we watch, they are not necessarily fun to watch regarding gameplay. I just love doing this with all of my heart, and I'm pretty sure most of you know that. Those of you who've been with me for a while now, even if you've been with me for a week or a couple of days, you should probably know how much I love this. I am incredibly passionate about doing this. It is so close to my heart. I wear my heart on my sleeve when I do this, and I just love it. I love it, and I'm so sad for it to come to an end again. Now, I am kind of going backwards and forwards on thinking about covering Big Brother Canada, so I may be doing that one. So, folks, I hope you can join me for that if I end up doing that. And, of course, I'll be back in the summer for Big Brother 24. It's coming, folks. It's coming, and I'm going to be here, and I can't wait. But yeah, I just want to say, as I usually do, I'm going to take the moment to say thank you. Thank you so much for everybody's kind and incredible support that you all give me every single time. I couldn't do it without you. I know it's the cliche thing to say, but I truly couldn't. I actually could not do it without you, folks. So thank you so much. Through this season, you've helped me reach 11,000 subscribers, which is incredibly crazy, and 2 million views. I mean, what on earth? If you told me this a couple of years ago that this was going to happen, I just wouldn't have believed it. But thank you so much to every single last one of you, folks. I'll say, as I always do, I hope you're all staying safe, staying positive, and staying healthy out there. And remember to be kind to one another. Alright? But in the meantime, please don't forget to like, share, comment and subscribe, do all of that good stuff. But folks, until your next live feed update, I've been your host, Tom Vasey. Good night.